Fear of change. One of the most common reasons you remain stuck in life is a fear called change. Humans naturally prefer familiarity, even when it no longer serves them or benefits their well-being. The familiar gives a sense of control, while the unknown triggers alertness and anxiety in the brain. That's why, when facing a decision to change, you often hesitate, delay, or rationalize staying in your current situation. You might not be happy with your current job, but at least you know how to survive in it. You might sense your relationship is broken, but the idea of breaking up feels scarier and emptier than the pain you're already enduring. This fear comes from survival instinct. The brain wants to avoid risk and maintain stability. Yet the paradox is that too much stability leads to stagnation, passivity, and a loss of life motivation. If you don't learn to accept discomfort and uncertainty in change, you'll never move toward a better version of yourself. Change doesn't guarantee that everything will get better instantly, but it's the necessary condition for any new possibility to exist. Lack of clear goals. A person can be hardworking and busy all day, but still not get far if they don't know where they're heading. Lacking a clear goal is like driving without a map, without signs, and without a destination. You may still be moving, but you won't know if you're going forward or just going in circles. Each day you wake up, handle small tasks, chase urgent things, but never steer the bigger direction. Without a goal, you get tired more easily, because you're not sure if what you're doing even matters. This is why many people feel they're trying hard but getting nowhere. Without a goal, you don't know when to stop, when to pivot, or when to push harder. You live reactively, just responding to situations instead of actively directing your life. A goal creates a standard that helps you distinguish what truly matters from what doesn't. When you lack focus, you're easily dragged around by trivial tasks or other people's expectations. This vagueness around your goals slowly drains your energy, blurs your direction, and pushes you into survival mode. Fixed mindset. One of the most powerful but invisible barriers keeping you stuck is having a fixed mindset. This is the kind of thinking that makes you believe talent, intelligence, or self-worth are fixed traits that cannot change. So if you're not good at something now, you assume you'll never be good at it. You avoid trying new things because you fear failure will confirm that you're not good enough. A fixed mindset makes you obsessed with looking smart instead of actually learning. You choose to stay in the safe zone, where you won't be wrong, rather than step out and learn from mistakes. The sad truth is, if you're not willing to be wrong, you'll never grow. By contrast, someone with a growth mindset understands that ability can be developed over time with effort and learning. If you keep believing that this is the best I can ever be, then you're building a wall that blocks your own progress. Perfectionism. At first glance, perfectionism might seem like a good thing. Who doesn't want things to be perfect? But in reality, perfectionism is often a subtle excuse to avoid taking action. You don't write because it's not good enough. You don't apply because you're not qualified enough. You don't start because you don't feel ready enough. You believe that unless everything is ideal, it's better to do nothing at all. As a result, you remain stuck in place, trapped in plans that are never executed. Perfectionism also makes you so afraid of failure that you won't even try. You forget that all progress starts from doing things poorly, incorrectly, and imperfectly. No one takes their first step and walks perfectly right away. Perfectionism traps you in permanent preparation mode. You don't lack time or skill, you just lack permission to begin while you're still imperfect. Stuck in old habits. A very common reason you don't move forward is because you keep repeating the same behavioral patterns. You start your day scrolling on your phone, procrastinate on important tasks, and end the day blaming yourself. You promise to change starting tomorrow, but every tomorrow looks just like today. Habits shape personality, and personality shapes destiny. But if you're not aware, you'll live on autopilot. You don't notice how much time you waste on small, unimportant things, seemingly harmless actions. Like checking your phone first thing in the morning gradually become reflexes that trap you in stagnation. You can't create a new life. If every day is built on old habits, small changes in habit, like waking up 15 minutes earlier or turning off notifications, can lead to big shifts if practiced consistently. You don't need a breakthrough, you just need to change how you repeat the smallest things each day. Wrong environment? You may be trying your best, but nothing changes because your environment doesn't support your growth each day. You face negativity, criticism, or indifference from those closest to you. You hear things like, "You can't do it, why bother?" or "Nothing's going to change anyway." No matter how much you try to change yourself, you're pulled back by the energy around you. It's like trying to climb upward, but each time you gain a step, the environment drags you down. Humans are deeply influenced by their surroundings and the social circles they belong to. If you live in a dark room long enough, you eventually forget what light looks like. This doesn't mean blaming your environment, but it does mean being wise enough to recognize when it's limiting you. Sometimes, you don't need to change who you are. You just need to change where you are. Excessive self-comparison. Comparing yourself to others is a natural reflex, but if you do it every day, it becomes a burden. You see others with early success, talent, good looks, great relationships, and you begin to feel inferior, slow, or even useless. What you forget is that everyone starts from a different starting line. Their journey is not your journey, and it doesn't have to be. The more you compare, the more distracted you become from your own path. You start setting goals not based on what you need, but on what others are doing. From there, you lose direction, lose motivation, and even lose your sense of identity. Comparison doesn't make you better. It just drains you trying to become someone else. You truly grow when you compare yourself only to the person you were yesterday. Fear of failure and judgment. One of the most powerful hidden fears is the fear of others seeing you fail. You want to start a project, change careers, or reinvent yourself, but you fear being mocked if you don't succeed. You fear judgmental looks, gossip, and the feeling of public embarrassment. So, you choose to do nothing, believing that's the safer route. But ironically, doing nothing still results in failure. It's just silent failure. You cannot live your life trying to satisfy how others look at you. Successful people are not those who are never judged, but those who act anyway despite being judged. Fear of failure keeps you at the starting line, while the race has already begun. Lack of self-reflection. Modern life forces you to constantly run after work, deadlines, social media, expectations. You do so many things, but rarely stop to ask, where am I going and why? Without moments of pause, you get swept up in the current without realizing how you're living. You may be chasing a goal you no longer believe in, or that was never really yours in the first place. Self-reflection is not weakness. It is maturity. It's the ability to observe yourself honestly and understand what's going on inside you. Without self-reflection, you'll repeat the same mistakes without even noticing. Real success doesn't come from doing more, but from clearly understanding what you're doing and why.